New tyres to fit. So once again, Heidenau K60s. And remember that last video I'd shown you this bag that I'd replaced because the top one, another one was shredded. Well, look at this. My tyre levers were sitting right below that. No idea what I've hanked that on. Cheap aftermarket non-Royal Enfield stuff from India. There you go. That's the second set of panniers in 3 years. Hence why I'm going to look this out. I'm going to give it a clean. So these are 37 pattern and they go in a backpack. Basically, follow me, get a quick crash course. This is 37 pattern webbing. You'd add a gas mask and a water bottle to it. But basically it's the crossover with 2 ammo pouches on the front. There's your bayonet for your 303 trenching tool on the back, that's the handle, and the inside's the shovel head. But it's got the small pack on it. Actually got the French soldier on this one. So that's, you get the small, I think there's an in between medium obviously, and that's the large pack. So this is the one that would have your mess tins and stuff, and something to cook on, a mess stove. Out the way, so I can fish. Basically you could ride it out in and on. Not me, bike. So in there I've got another tyre foam. It's not quite as tall as that one, but that should go in. So I might as well put both of them in my ammo pouches, and then you're just covered, eh? It's the only Achilles heel of this bike is getting that back wheel out. So I'd rather do a whole film taking this off, which you've seen in my films and other films. I'll come in with the camera now. That's how you get the wheel out. I think that must be the easiest way. Going in will be more fun though. For the tight folk out there who says it's got 1,000 mile on it, you can corner on that and hit flooding and stuff, or corner on that. Which one do you think you'll eventually get caught out on? Yeah. Anyway, I've not done what I was going to do, which was get these heated. So we'll just go for it cold. These should get, remember I put copper grease in them? Maybe not do them quite enough up, that's tight. Now, you do want to get levers, that protection on them, which mine don't, hence why I've got chipped rims now, which is why I'm not really caring anymore. If you come on closely, look at my bike, you'll see a bit chipped rims, the least of my concerns regarding overall condition. As you know, we've kind of conducted a bit of an experiment with this bike and basically we've rolled the wheels off it. So, valve at the top, so you don't lose too much fuel. There's some there. You see that pop off the rim. So valve's out on my own, I'd loosen that left mirror off and I'd lean it against the garage, which is why actually I had the ratchet strap. But another bit of cord that you can knot, and you just pull it over onto a wall, a fence pole or something that you can attach it to. You know the drill. Now that's down in pressure, we'll just put the cord back in and keep the sealant in. So you obviously can't see this because there you go. Once it's all one bit, it'll just come off right the way round. Tightest bit's where your valve is. I used to be able to do this in 10 minutes and couldn't take the wheel off. I used to race. Baby daisy. Just gotta get that, keep that in the centre in the well. You always got to surprise when you take a tyre off, is how much water and stuff's inside. But small and easy wins the race. So I'm just going to show you though, you don't need the big massive foot long tyre levers. It's technique. These are one of the hardest tyres apparently. Now, I'm going to leave the tube on, or in, the tyre, so you take the valve core out. What that does, it's actually easier to put on the new one on when it's in like that. The biggest problem is not nipping the tube to get the second one off. So okay, what we'll do, we'll take it out. So we'll take the tube out the rear tyre now. So I've got out from the valve. Lots of ways you can get the second one off. You can bend them like hell and then hit them with a mallet. So if you watch it, you'll see it coming off. Now this is where the levers come out and hit you in the face. And you see here. You see how easy that's coming off? There you go folks, that's how easy it is. Now putting the new one on is a different kettle of fish. So what I tend to do, I should say, I tend to put a heat gun inside and let it sit for 10 minutes. Unlike a bicycle, you don't faff around with names of tyres like pish folk do. Okay, valve core hold. Of course, for a trail bike, you've also got let's put that valve in. And use it going for this secure nut. That stops that deciding to pop out, and the tyre's as good as on. And you'll be swearing if you do that. Okay. Technique here is quite simple. So there's your arrow direction, but you know where your tread. There's two ways you can do this. You can also turn this, put this rib on the ground, like so, and then work your way around the tyre. We'll do it that way. No, we'll not. Oh, we will. Good. Keep this up for your disc. So watch that on the tube all the time. Take your time. So would I rather do this last weekend at the side of the road than ruin the weekend and spend like 7 hours Coming back in a breakdown wagon. I think you know the answer to that. Oh, nearly caught my finger there. But watch this tyre. It's in a tube though. Okay. Now, get to here. Your valve cores this end. So you've got to have a little bit of air in the tube as well. Keep the core and help that. Keeps it round, stops it going flat and catching. Oop. Come on, and you go. Keep that pressed like so. Once I'm doing all this with one lever, usually that starts crawling round. Seems to have a grip tonight on this one. Now it gets a bit tight, so what you've got to do, see that? Make sure your beads are in. Just watch those levers. If they come off out of your hand, you'll get a sore one. See that? Ooh, she's tight. So now it's getting tighter, smaller sections. Keep pushing that bead in, see that? Make sure that core's keeping 90 degrees, because if it goes squint, if you don't put it in right, there's a chance you can shear the valve. There's no reason you never put that really tight, because tyres can crawl a little bit. You'll know that if you put motocross tyre on. Right, that's still tight, see that? See the bead? That's a stiff tyre. Getting there though. I've got half a pint of sweat under my hat. Mind the old knees, folks. Get better bits of wood than what I'm using though. Nearly there. You will pinch tubes learning, and even just bad luck occasionally. It's not the end of the world, it's just, you know, that's what it is. Come on then. This is one you got to watch the lever on. There you go, phone's ringing. Back, but we're just going away again. Me and General Chris are on a mission. It's called fish and chips. Now,
Corporal Chris.
I put this tyre on with no wash up liquid, mostly with one lever, and sometimes it's just
Bad luck.
it's the air in the tyre.
Ooh.
Which it is.
Which it is.
Went for the bang.
What have you got in at 40? 30?
Put it up to 30. I never put them above 40 to inflate.
Mm-hmm.
I knew I hadn't pinched it.
No, you didn't.
I don't pinch tyres.
You've just been lucky.
There you go. So that's seated without any sealant. A wee bit. Looks like. No, it's okay actually.
It's alright.
So, in the past, if you've not got the tyres lube, which I've actually got, which is just like washing up liquid, you can use. So there's a new fresh chip. 2 chips I've done. But as I say, I've chipped all the rim. And if you see the rest of the bike, you wouldn't be caring about that.
Just speedo.
Yeah, ABS, right?
ABS rim.
So that's the hardest job done. Second hardest, we'll be putting that back on. We're going for fish and chips, and then I'm coming back. Okay then, so with the bike on the centre stand and the back mudguard lifted to get a bit more room, which just involved me taking off my seat and the rear rack, so half a dozen bolts or so, which took 5 minutes. I was unable to lift this back wheel up myself. It is a 2-man job to do, and Bob seemed to work out that the way to do it is using his garden spade, and he actually got his wife just to work the spade, lever it up. So anyway, I gave Bob a call and he came to my rescue, and I'm not even going to bother filming it all because I think I'd had enough of it by then and you could tell. So anyway, we got the wheel in and that was job done. Right, you ready for this? Back wheels on with the aid of Bob. He turned up, pal Bob with desert signals, and he used a spade to lift it up and managed to line everything up. That is a nightmare. I don't care what anyone says. I was just like brain melt trying to do it. So I'm just cleaning up my pads. We can never do it with the pads in either. My advice would be to get the cast wheels for one of these if you don't want to risk getting a flat. Otherwise, you've got all this to deal with. Good luck. Anyway, that's what it is. I'll get this done. I'm not even going to bother filming it, it's too long. We'll do the back, front wheel. See, heat's going to me now. Do the front wheel and we'll call it a day. I'll take this out this afternoon because we're away tomorrow for the solstice. So as always, thanks for watching. It's not what I was hoping to do, but you see how those tyres can go in easy, okay? So you might learn something about something watching my rubbish. Alright, thanks again. Bye for now.